What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are here at Lake Julian Disc Golf Course for another plastic conspiracies, and this one back to Discraft, but we're going a little bit faster. Think 11 speeds, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a second. Because when you look at Discraft 11 speeds, one of the most classic, one of their most classic molds would be the Scorch 11.6 -2.2. And profile wise, you can see it's a little bit rounded over on the bottom, but it's almost flat. It's got a nice dome, so I can see where it's getting that 6 glide from. Little bit of heartbeat, but not too much. And then in steps the fused plastic. We've already looked at the Buzz infused plastic, the new really super cool Buzz Saw, and now we have the Fuzed Scorch. This disc looks so incredibly cool. But also, something really interesting about these Scorches is that profile is pretty high for a Scorch. Instead of the tilted down wing of the normal Z Scorch, it's almost like it's tilted up. And then you have something interesting here. This is a consistent dome from the wing straight into the dome. This is segmented dome, something that I constantly am looking for, and that really I don't really find unless it's Discmania or Innova. And Discraft is very, very uncommon that they have segmented dome, so it's really, really cool that they got segmented dome for this. That super intense heartbeat. So we're gonna test out this Scorch against the Z Scorch, and also just for some comparison shots, we'll see if it gets used at all. I brought out an Orc, which also has segmented dome. It's an Innova disc. Let's go ahead and start throwing. I don't know which one of the, well, I think the Fuzed Scorch is going to be more overstable. That wing and the segmented dome is something that, that segmented dome is something that makes the Orc super stable, even when the wing says it shouldn't be that stable. We're gonna go ahead and just throw this first normal stock Z Scorch, and let's see what it looks like. I don't know if I've ever actually thrown a Scorch. Some good integrity, some good stability. I think that's going to be one of those where, similar to the Beast, if you think that it's actually going to be a -2 and you throw it with that much hyzer, it's probably just going to stand up. Now, let's see what this can do, because this is gorgeous. Oh, that's actually pretty stable. That's very uncommon to find a Discraft disc that does that. Yeah, for kicks and giggles, let's go ahead. The Orc is different because it's going to have this concave instead of convex. It's not curved out, it's curved in. So theoretically, that should give it more fade. Or I just throw it into the first tree. Okay. Well, the Scorches flew pretty good. Let's go see how well I can't learn how the Scorch flies, but also There's a couple different reasons why they might potentially have made a disc that looks like this, and we're gonna get to it as we continue through. So I think the first of a couple of the reasons is completely unintentional. To get the ESP in there, they were trying to make this, and this popped out. Now, that's probably not the highest probability, but I do think that there is a world where it just so happened to mold up that way. And for the normal stock Scorch, now for the Fuzed. It's like a Scorch that is aggressively overstable. Ooh, wow, that was cool. So, yes, there is probably a world where that just naturally occurred and it wasn't intentional. But like I said, I don't think it's the highest probability. And so we're going to get into a couple of other reasons here in just a sec. The second potential reason is that Ken Clima went from Innova to Discraft, and maybe he took some tills and tips of the trade, or maybe he just said, hey, segmented dome. He was already throwing the Scorch a lot, so it's potentially that he just asked for one. And they finally said, you know what? We don't ever do segmented dome, but we'll do some for Ken Climo. So that's I think the second possibility. That one is probably the smallest percentage chance. But again, there is a chance because those two things happened. It's probably coincidence, but it might not be. I mean, it is a tailwind, but I can't get that thing to turn at all. This is going to be the stock one, and this one probably going to turn. At least it flipped up. See how that's a much different shot? And now I still haven't really hit full distance power potential yet. But I think for most amateur arm speeds, the Fuzed Scorch is going to look really, really, really cool as a wall hanger, or it's going to be more of an overstable control placement driver. The pros will probably be able to get some good turn out of it, but it just has such a high parting line. And then that dome won't let it flip because it's not trying to flip very fast. And so it ends up being pretty overstable. So I think the third and final reason that personally that I've come up with is that maybe Discraft has been trying to do this for quite some time, and they finally found a way that because they're now doing something to the flight plate and then something else to the rim, they can actually get a disc to do this. I think that's the highest probability. But in reality, it's probably a complete mixture of the three. We're gonna try, where's the wind? It's swirly, but I can feel it. Looks like it is a head right to left, or maybe left to right. We're gonna go Z Scorch first, a little bit less hyzer, because I wanna see if I can't get a little bit of flex out of this. There's a little bit of the flex. That's really, really good. Now, how flat do I have to throw it to get this Scorch to actually turn? There we go. Got it to actually turn there. And then the dump quick. And that is really interesting because even with as high as the wing was, I thought that with it being rounded over on the bottom, it wouldn't have that quick dump. And with that pop top super high dome, it wouldn't have that quick dump. But it turns out the wing is just high enough to make it do that quick dump, whether the wing is shaped for that or not. So I never realized how good the Scorch actually was until today, because I've never thrown a Scorch before, and it's kind of actually really good. The stock Scorch is kind of that beat-in distance driver that you're really looking for. You can hit it hard with some hyzer, it's gonna stand up, it's gonna give you a lot of push. Depending on the amount of hyzer, it might flex and it might just flip up. But this Scorch, it's really, really unique because it's like, if I can actually get it to turn, it's a very wild, aggressive, sweepy flex. But if I can't get it to turn, it just stays on hyzer. So, I mean, it's good. That honestly, this Scorch and Proton Wave might have to do battles against the Henna Destroyer slot, because those are discs that I can get them to turn, but if I throw them on hyzer, they're just gonna flip up and then fade out. A little bit of a flex. Yeah, that's just a really good distance driver. Perfectly placed. I don't know why I've never thrown a Scorch before, but it's kind of dirty. And that's that. Put it on a hyzer and it's gonna stand up to straight, similar to the Henna Destroyer, but it's not really gonna. It's really good. It is really good. Hopefully you guys enjoy content like this. If so, please make sure to like the video. If you want to see new stuff though, make sure to comment all of that down below. Please make sure to subscribe. That helps you guys out with these subscriber only giveaways. And if you want to be automatically entered into monthly giveaways, check out the memberships as well. Until next time, see you out on the course.